Hello and welcome to the MindOzone podcast, where new insights spark and create endless possibilities.
Greater resiliency will boost your happiness. How developing greater resiliency will boost your happiness. As we move through life, we all face a number of challenges, barriers and setbacks that can feel like they get in our way of happiness. The way we face these challenges, though, is at the core of true happiness. When we can bounce back from the hardships we face in life with our spirit intact, we possess what is known as self-resiliency. What is happiness? Happiness is something we all wish to obtain, but many of us lack a clear understanding of what happiness is and therefore have a hard time obtaining it. Many believe that happiness is just positive emotions and feelings, but this defines pleasure more and does not lead to happiness. Instead, it can lead one down a road of suffering and addiction. When we seek out pleasure as happiness, we actually can become less happy, as pleasure takes us away from contentment and meaning, which is actually more associated with true happiness. According to Buddhism, when we seek out pleasure and positive sensations, we suffer because positive sensations are fleeting, and so when they are gone, we feel sad and depressed. When we define happiness as pleasant feelings or pleasure, we will work our whole life to chase these feelings and push negative feelings away, which results in a lot of suffering since feelings are always changing. According to Buddhism, suffering is the seeking of pleasure, which results in dissatisfaction, and the mind is never satisfied with how things are, and we are never content no matter how much we achieve. Therefore, we are liberated from suffering when we know feelings are impermanent, and therefore we stop trying to obtain higher and higher levels of pleasure and avoidance of pain. When we stop pursuing pleasure, our mind becomes clearer, and we have more peace and contentment, which is true happiness. We no longer link our happiness to our emotions and feeling, but instead are able to observe them and find more flow and peace. Happiness does not depend on external circumstances but what happens inside of us, and finding peace with our internal environment. The ability to be mindful and aware of one's emotions and not be controlled by the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain fosters greater resilience and happiness. This is how resilience is linked to happiness. What is resilience?